Welcome back to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite deals across the Switch eShops, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia, and this week it sees the end of the huge Blockbuster sale and we have a fair few games still left to check off the list. A quick shout out then to RedDeerGames who were kind enough to sponsor today's video. They've got a new sale heading your way which we'll get to here shortly in the video, but with that luck hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. Before we do kick this off then, the Blockbuster sale, it was huge, and this is my fourth video now breaking it down. The deals, they end soon, so if you haven't checked out those other 3 videos yet, I've linked them below, and there you'll find a whole lot of heavy hitters. Think titles like The Witcher 3, Hades, The Messenger, Grindstone and all sorts. Combined, we're talking 50 plus games. We also then have 2 winners to announce for 2 $10 eShop gift cards and 2 more to give away. Now all you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below and the winners, they'll be announced in next week's video. So first up then, we've got Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger. It's here with a new low of 45% off. It's an action platformer, it's got Mega Man vibes for me, this one, which is never a bad thing. And here, just think a whole lot of platforming, weapon-based combat, and a fair few specials, like a dash that doubles as almost flying. The pixel work in this one is stunning though. The challenge, it is real, but also fair, as you're facing off against, waves of enemies and boss moments. And then story-wise, you're going to be protecting a group of children in the ruins of society. This one, it comes highly recommended for genre fans. I liked it so much, in fact I ended up picking up a physical copy. Curse of the Dead Gods then is back with another sale. This one, it's a new low price with 25% off. It's one I reviewed here on the channel, so see that video in the pinned comment down below. Throwing you into a temple setting of sorts. It's an isometric style like that of Hades, and you'll be battling a ton of enemies, traps and boss moments. Visually, I love the style, though I did find it could be a little bit dark at times, but the combat is good stuff and the curse system is unique. So basically, with each room that you pass, you'll basically inherit curses. These, they normally go against you, so think things like your health is draining constantly. Not an easy game, but definitely a good one. Huntdown is next then with 50% off. This one matches the low price. I say this all the time as well, but if you know the Warriors movie, think that in an old school 2D kind of pixelated style with a quality soundtrack. Playing as one of 3 heroes, though, you'll be cleaning up the streets of this world by blasting away different gangs. The soundtrack, as I said, it's incredible. I just ordered the final release of it from Limited Run Games, and the gameplay is solid with some real challenge behind it. I'd head here basically if you like that old school run and gun vibe. A shout out then to the team at RedDeerGames, long-time supporters of the channel, which is always appreciated, and they're back now with a sale on Little Mouse's Encyclopedia, offering 55% off in the US, UK and EU. That actually marks as well a new low price for the game, always a good thing. Now, dependent on when you're watching this video though, just know the sale, it might not even be live yet. It actually kicks off on October the 3rd, so wishlist it if you're here before that. This though, it's a game intended for those with kids or even young at heart, and it's best described as an educational adventure type of game. As the title basically suggests, it's an interactive encyclopedia. The idea though, players title Little Mouse explore 4 different habitats and uncover over 160 species of animals and plants with a detailed breakdown of each. Super chill with a super somber soundtrack, simple controls accommodating any age, and there's even support for 18 languages. It's not gameplay heavy, understandably, but the real highlight for me with this one, it was the visuals. It's got this hand-painted style that looks just absolutely incredible in motion, and it was inspired by classic fairy tales, and yeah, I'm just sure kids will adore the look. I've linked the eShop page down below though, so take a look at that, see if this is going to be one for you or the kids or even both. And yeah, look, again, a shout out to RedDeerGames, who just continue to be incredible to the channel. It is seriously appreciated. Alright, so SnowRunner then gets a new low with 25% off, and this is a genre I never thought I would enjoy, but I was introduced to the formula with MudRunner, got addicted. This was actually then a day one for me. The idea is simple enough though, explore multiple almost like open world locations, complete missions, gradually upgrade your vehicle and then its capabilities as well. It is no racer though, rather it's overcoming impossible terrain with cargo intact. It's addictive though and seriously rewarding as you kind of edge your way to victory at think like 1 mile an hour. There's something just incredibly satisfying with it all. It packs a ton of content as well to keep you busy, and then also it just looks fantastic on the Switch as well. Saints Row the Third, the full package, then rocks a similar open world vibe but takes it completely over the top, reminding me more I think GTA before it went all serious. We have 2 entries on the Switch. This is my favourite of the 2 personally, and you'll be taking on the role of leading the 3rd Street Saints, at this point a household name in this world, and you're out to defend Steelport from a rival gang that wants to take it from you. Think everything here though, from missions to ridiculous side quests and activities, and it supports 2-player co-op online. There's tons of cars and weapons, and also there is DLC as well. That's 3 mission packs and 30 DLC items. It's 65% off, and that is matching the low price. Banner of the Maid then got mixed reviews. I myself really enjoyed it, and it's rocking a new low price of 40% off, which I think that is more than fair. It's just an interesting combination of elements, a story. It's set around the French Revolution, taking you from late 18th century to early 19th, and it's an alternate take on history as well. Gameplay wise though, it's a turn-based tactical strategy game, and you'll be commanding more than 30 characters in what is small scale, almost at times single screen war. It's got a really unique visual style to it all then that's almost old school, and yeah, I was just generally a fan. It's also a decent length as well. There's well over 30 hours of gameplay here for that main storyline. Alright, so another personal favourite then, this is GRIS, and this may be one of the most visually stunning games on the system. Now, not from overly complex visuals or design or anything like that, but just because it's an incredibly realised style, and every single frame of this game could be printed out and hung on your wall as art. Telling the story of a young girl lost and dealing with a painful experience, so you'll essentially be helping her through it. A simple and short experience, no real challenge, but it will stick with you for a long time after the credits roll. The soundtrack then is stunning. It has some minor puzzle moments, and then it's here matching the low price with 60% off. My pickup of the week then, meaning I can't recommend it, but maybe you'll want to join me for the ride, that game is Legend of Mana. Now, I've been wanting to add this one to the library for a while, but the reviews, they've been mixed on it, so held out for a sale, and this new low 25% off, it's enough to tempt me in. It's got this vivid style to it all, so I think it will actually be a nice test for the OLED Switch later this week. It's a HD remaster, of course, and then you're out on a journey to find the Mana Tree. It's just an old school RPG though, this one, and I'm looking forward to jumping in, but I will say again, check out Metacritic before you do buy it, and you'll see what I mean about mixed opinions. So while I'm on retro then, Double Dragon and Kunio-Kun Retro Brawler Bundle is another one I reviewed here on the channel. It's linked below, and it's back matching the low price with a sizable 75% off. Honestly, I thought it was overpriced at launch, this one, so it's always good to see a drop, but it's going to take you through series history from the Brawlers to the sports entries, and it's actually packing 18 games, 11 of which they've never been released in North America before. That said though, I will say with this one, check out my review, as a few of the releases, they are essentially doubles with maybe a few tweaks. Still a fantastic package though, and absolutely a tribute to a classic. Alright, so HYPERCHARGE Unboxed, and this one's matching the lower 30% off from Digital Cyber Cherries. You may have seen I did a new update video earlier in the week. I'll be linking that below and all my other videos around this game, but I wanted to give it another shout out with this deal because they've poured a ton of love into it. The new update, it adjusts the gameplay with new enemies, bosses, gameplay tweaks, new maps. They added bots on a prior update, and then fans of first-person shooters or even tower defense should be taking a look at this game because we even have a campaign mode now coming soon. That's been a long requested addition to what is this toy-based warfare entry. The first winner of the week then, it's going to Nick Durant, who's saving that cash for Metroid Dread, and I think it's fair to say there's a ton of us right there with you. Just a few more days at this point, can't wait, I hope it's as good as it looks. Congrats so Nick, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, we still have a second winner coming up later in the video. Alright, so Crown Trick, and it took me a long time to get around to this one, but I finally did it, and I can see why it gets now so much love. Here it's a new low price with 40% off. It's got a lot going on as well. It's a roguelike RPG with turn-based combat, skills and item strategy. It's all procedurally generated then as well. The visuals are stunning. I just like that kind of turn-based style personally, where it's giving you, time to master that approach. With a ton to uncover though in this world. There's new weapons, items, skills, all sorts of good stuff. It's gonna keep you busy for a long time. I would, however, though, suggest check out a review first before parting with your cash here. So I've actually linked below Star or Shovelware's video. That is one half of Xbox Corner, who actually dropped an in-depth coverage video of this one, and it's definitely worth understanding all the mechanics before you do jump in. Into the final 3 games of the week then, we're starting with Othercide. This is another turn-based strategy entry, or sort of anyways. It kind of works on this timeline system, meaning some units, they have different cooldown times. This is another one where I want to see what the OLED does for it, because the visuals just incredibly detailed with this amazing black and white style, and that could absolutely be perfect for that new screen. You'll be leading what are the daughters into battle, though they're essentially, think, clones of almost the greatest warriors known to this world, and they're out to take down these demons. Just a warning though, with this one, probably not going to be the best for newcomers to the genre. I found it to be pretty challenging as entries go. A new low though, a 60% off, and I'll be linking my video below. So our penultimate game of the week then, Undertale, and a modern classic, an RPG experience. I feel like this is a game where going in, the less you know the better, because it will just then surprise you at nearly every turn. So I'm going to be stealing this from the eShop description today, but date a skeleton, dance with a robot, cook with a fish woman, or just destroy everyone where they stand. The future is yours to determine. It's quality. I'm overdue a revisit myself, because it's probably been maybe a couple of years now if I had to guess, but we don't see a sale all that often on this one, and it's rocking 33% off. Our second winner of the week then, that is Noodle, who had a long old wish list of games, and of course a ton of them all went on sale at the same time, because that always seems to be the way things work. Congrats though Noodle, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, remember to drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. So our final game of the week then, Neo The World Ends With You, and full transparency, I'm still chipping away at this one myself, but I'm far enough now to feel comfortable shouting it out. I'll link to SwitchUp's review below for another alternative take on it, but also a nice deep dive into its mechanics. Rocking 30% off though, that is a new low price and a great sale for what is a very new title coming from Square. Long awaited though, this sequel takes the formula and elevates it in nearly every area as you dive once again into what's known as the Reaper games. With a blend of action and turn-based in some ways, this is one RPG fans should absolutely be looking at. It looks stunning visually as well, and I hope this now leads to another entry, because it's definitely a series that deserves success. Now if you are unsure as well with what is a relatively high price, it has a free demo on the eShop, so maybe start there first, see how you feel about it before you part with that cash. And that's another week down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week? Remember then to check out that pinned comment below. You'll not only find my reviews and some suggested videos around this week's selection, but I've also included the last 3 deals videos I've done. These ones, they all covered the Blockbuster sale, that is over 50 plus games, all of which they are still very much alive. A big thank you then to RedDeerGames again for sponsoring this week's video with Little Mouse's Encyclopedia. It helps the channel a huge amount, so thank you so much. With that then, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we will do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.